Good afternoon, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago, talking metals. Let's talk copper. I talk about copper a lot. I kind of want to talk about gold, but gold is just kind of moving sideways. And copper definitely has some different forces pushing it to and fro. We got a 2 spot 69.5 low, 2 spot 74.5 high, finishing closer to the lows, down about 1.15%. on that base metal. So it definitely is getting a tiny bit of weak push, although we are still up 7 of the last 10 days. Now the dollar has been dominating the trade in copper lately. The dollar's driving all the base metal prices, and the dollar was a little bit stronger today against really the currencies that drive the base metal specifically that you want. So when you're looking at the dollar index overall, you're looking really at dollar euro, dollar sterling, Swiss franc dollar denominated index. There is also the Swedish kroner in there and the Canadian dollar, which could have some offset in terms of the deal, where there's been a lot of positive news about the Canadians possibly joining the US-Mexico trade deal. So that could have a little bit to do with it, but even the Canadian dollar and the dollar index has only a 0.091 weighting in it. So it is still mostly a euro US dollar denominated index, but China dominates the copper scene. And one of the things we're seeing in copper is local prices in copper are actually rising as well. It's not just the NYMEX copper and the base metal indexes over at the LME, but local copper prices, meaning trading of physical copper, is starting to rise in China. And that's showing maybe a little bit of latent demand that hasn't shown up in Chinese economic data yet. And it may show up in the coming data. Speaking of coming data, Chinese PMI due out on Monday. The market will definitely be looking at that number. And again, if local prices are rising, it is potentially possible that we will get a beat on that China PMI on Friday. May not have made its way into that number yet, but copper is rising across the board on average, even though today was a pretty weak day. But today is one of those all else equal days where the dollar denominated most commodity prices, save for crude oil. This is Bob Iaccino talking base metals, specifically copper, from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.